1. When training new F-02 fire guards on fire watch patrols, which instructional method best incorporates adult learning principles? A. Rote memorization of fire safety codes. B. Role-playing emergency scenarios. C. Mandatory daily quizzes. D. Passive lecture without interaction. 2. Which evaluation technique most effectively measures a trainee's ability to recognize and report fire hazards during patrol? A. True-false quiz. B. Multiple-choice knowledge exam. C. Hands-on walkthrough observation. D. Group discussion on fire incidents. 3. When developing a fire watch training curriculum for high-risk facilities, which component is essential to ensure regulatory compliance? A. Anecdotal stories from past guards. B. Inclusion of all FDNY F-02 protocol updates. C. Historical overview of NYC fire incidents. D. Optional final assessment. 4. How can instructors best communicate F-02 patrol expectations to diverse adult learners? A. Use abstract terminology. B. Offer a single printed manual. C. Utilize visual aids and real-life examples. D. Speak only in technical jargon. 5. During clinical instruction for fire watch responsibilities, which approach fosters critical thinking? A. Repeating fire codes verbatim. B. Allowing trainees to lead patrols under supervision. C. Focusing solely on the final written exam. D. Prohibiting open-ended questions. 6. A key element of mentoring a new F-02 fire guard is A. Allowing them to work alone immediately. B. Emphasizing strict discipline over support. C. Providing regular feedback during shadow patrols. D. Avoiding one-on-one conversations. 7. What is the most effective way to assess knowledge retention after an F-02 training session? A. Asking for anonymous feedback forms. B. Conducting a peer-reviewed group project. C. Administering a scenario-based practical exam. D. Assigning a take-home written test. 8. Which of the following best promotes regulatory compliance in F-02 training delivery? A. Relying on outdated materials. B. Following FDNY-approved lesson plans and procedures. C. Prioritizing entertainment over rules. D. Ignoring updates to FDNY regulations. 9. To foster learner engagement during fire patrol instruction, trainers should A. Deliver rapid-fire instructions without breaks. B. Encourage questions and discussion. C. Focus only on PowerPoint slides. D. Minimize interaction to save time. 10. In F-02 mentoring, how should experienced guards handle a mentee's repeated mistakes? A. Dismiss the mentee from patrol duty. B. Reprimand in front of peers. C. Coach with constructive feedback and offer retraining. D. Assign more difficult tasks to build discipline. 11. Which curriculum design principle ensures consistency across multiple F-02 training sessions? A. Instructor improvisation. B. Standardized learning objectives aligned with FDNY protocols. C. Ad hoc content updates. D. Randomized trainee tasks. 12. When conducting a practical evaluation of fire patrol skills, which indicator is most objective? A. Trainees' popularity among peers. B. Trainees' punctuality. C. Number of hazards correctly identified and logged. D. Trainees' opinion on safety policies. 13. Effective communication between fire watch personnel and site supervisors depends on A. Use of technical jargon only. B. Timely, accurate, and documented reporting procedures. C. Informal verbal updates without logs. D. Avoiding electronic communication. 14. What instructional strategy helps adult learners internalize emergency procedures? A. Reading regulations aloud. B. Engaging in hands-on fire simulation drills. C. Filling in blanks on forms. D. Memorizing acronyms. 15. A core responsibility of an F-02 fireguard conducting a patrol is A. Fixing equipment issues immediately. B. Supervising building occupants. C. Identifying and documenting fire hazards per FDNY standards. D. Authorizing fire suppression activities. 16. How can trainers support learners who show anxiety during emergency simulation drills? A. Ignore emotional responses to encourage toughness. B. Reassign them to non-critical tasks. C. Debrief privately and offer peer support. D. Publicly address their performance issues. 17. Which mentoring approach best helps integrate new fireguards into a high-stakes environment? A. A hands-off policy. B. Schedule peer patrols with clear feedback loops. C. A single orientation session. D. Independent study without field work. 18. To ensure F-02 training effectiveness, instructors should A. Use a one-size-fits-all teaching plan. B. Tailor delivery methods based on learning styles and needs. C. Focus exclusively on written tests. D. Skip group activities. 19. Which form of feedback is most valuable in a clinical instruction setting? A. Delayed quarterly reviews. B. Vague praise with no specifics. C. Immediate, targeted feedback during practice patrols. D. Generalized written comments after training ends. 20. In terms of compliance, which document is essential during an F-02 patrol? A. Fireguard's personal ID only. B. Patrol schedule only. C. FDNY Firewatch log. D. Company newsletter. 21. When revising an outdated F-02 training curriculum, what should take priority? A. Removing complex vocabulary. B. Aligning materials with current FDNY regulations. C. Shortening all modules to reduce time. D. Using more humor to boost interest. 22. Effective adult learning in firewatch training depends on A. Repetition without context. B. Passive listening. C. Relevance to real-life job tasks. D. Assigning long reading lists. 23. When evaluating communication skills during patrol reporting, trainers should assess how fast a trainee writes reports. B. Length of reports. C. Accuracy, clarity, and timeliness. D. Use of complex vocabulary. 24. What is the most appropriate method for fostering peer accountability among F-02 fireguards? A. Solo patrols without check-ins. B. Public leaderboard rankings. C. Collaborative debriefing sessions after shifts. D. Anonymous reporting systems only. 25. The most effective instructional method for teaching proper use of fire logs is A. Letting learners read the log independently. B. Demonstrating the process with guided practice. C. Assigning a chapter in the manual. D. Showing a video with no follow-up. 26. Which scenario requires immediate action by a fire guard during a patrol? A flickering light. B. A locked exit door. C. A minor leak in the ceiling. D. Someone playing music loudly. 27. Mentors should track a new guard's development by A. Reviewing one written test result. B. Observing multiple patrols and documenting progress. C. Asking coworkers informally. D. Relying on HR performance reviews. 28. Which of the following best ensures retention of patrol procedures among adult learners? A. One-time instruction with no follow-up. B. Periodic drills and refreshers with feedback. C. Memorization of manuals. D. Random surprise tests only. 29. In the context of fire patrols, professional communication involves A. Use of slang for speed. B. Emotional reactions during emergencies. C. Clear, respectful, and fact-based reporting. D. Avoiding radios for confidentiality. 30. When evaluating the overall success of an F-02 training program, the most relevant metric is A. Participant enjoyment. B. Number of hours spent in training. C. Compliance rate with fire patrol protocols. D. Amount of paper materials distributed. 31. In fire watch training, what is the primary reason for incorporating case studies? A. To fill time during long sessions. B. To promote abstract theorizing. C. To provide context-based learning relevant to real-life situations. D. To discourage creative thinking. 32. Which mentoring activity best supports a trainee's transition to independent fire patrol duties? A. Unsupervised field assignments. B. Scheduled mentoring check-ins and joint patrol reviews. C. Written exams only. D. Video tutorials with no feedback. 33. What is the most appropriate evaluation tool for assessing a guard's response under simulated emergency conditions? A. Open book exam. B. Peer feedback form. C. Structured performance checklist. D. Attendance sheet. 34. The role of feedback in adult learning during F-02 patrol training should primarily be A. Sporadic and unplanned. B. Public and general. C. Timely, specific, and actionable. D. Delayed until the end of the course. 35. When developing F-02 patrol procedures training, which strategy best ensures learning transfer? A. Provide theory-only materials. B. Focus on memorization of rules. C. Combine classroom instruction with live simulations. D. Use strictly written exams. 36. What technique enhances communication between the instructor and multilingual trainees? A. Speaking faster for clarity. B. Providing visual demonstrations and translated materials. C. Using only FDNY technical terms. D. Avoiding all visual aids. 37. Which of the following should be prioritized when designing a patrol training module? A. Entertainment value. B. Legal jargon. C. Alignment with site-specific risks and fire codes. D. Random case studies. 38. What is the most effective way to mentor a trainee who is underperforming? A. Reprimand in front of peers. B. Increase workload without support. C. Identify barriers and create an improvement plan. D. Ignore issues until formal evaluation. 39. What is a key component of curriculum development for F-02 compliance training? A. Personal anecdotes from senior guards. B. Learning objectives based on FDNY regulations. C. Assumptions about trainee knowledge. D. Keeping all content verbal. 40. During evaluation, how should an instructor assess a trainee's understanding of evacuation procedures? A. Ask them to draw a floor plan. B. Have them read the policy aloud. C. Conduct a walkthrough demonstration with role play. D. Provide a short answer quiz only. 41. A strong indicator of effective communication during a fire watch report is A. Word count. B. Repetition of terms. C. Accuracy and clarity of hazard descriptions. D. Use of personal opinions. 42. Which of the following best supports retention of patrol patterns and hazard checkpoints? A. One-time lecture. B. Daily routine with consistent reinforcement. C. Self-guided reading. D. Verbal instructions only. 43. In adult education, which instructional method fosters higher engagement during training? A. Passive listening. B. Simulation exercises with reflection. C. Memorizing code tables. D. Solely watching instructional videos. 44. What should a mentor do to promote reflective learning in new guards? A. Provide answers instead of asking questions. B. Discourage critical thinking. C. Ask the mentee to explain decisions during debriefs. D. Emphasize compliance over understanding. 45. The most effective way to communicate expectations for fire log entries is A. Display examples and facilitate practice. B. Allow creative interpretation. C. Assume prior experience. D. Review errors only during inspections. F-02 Fire Watch Duties and Patrol Procedures. The F-02 Fire Guard for Torch Operations Fire Watch Duties and Patrol Procedures test is a certification exam administered by the New York City Fire Department FDNY for individuals responsible for maintaining fire safety during hot work operations. The exam ensures that candidates understand proper fire watch procedures, including recognizing fire hazards, using portable fire extinguishers, conducting patrols in torch use areas, and maintaining compliance with FDNY codes. Applicants are tested on their knowledge of emergency communication protocols, required documentation such as fire watch logs, and the responsibilities of monitoring designated areas before, during, and after torch activities. This certification is essential for ensuring life safety and fire prevention in construction, repair, and maintenance environments throughout NYC. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of the sample exam. 1. Ensures legal and regulatory compliance. The F-02 certification confirms that fire watch personnel meet FDNY requirements, reducing liability and supporting code adherence during torch operations. 2. Improves workplace fire safety. Certified personnel are trained to identify fire hazards, respond quickly to emergencies, and maintain safe conditions in high-risk environments, especially in construction and maintenance zones. 3. Standardizes fire watch procedures. The test enforces a uniform understanding of patrol protocols, documentation practices, and communication techniques, enhancing overall consistency and efficiency across work sites. 4. Enhances employment opportunities. Holding the F-02 certification qualifies individuals for more safety-related roles and can be a prerequisite for employment in construction or facilities management. 5. Promotes accountability and preparedness. Certified fire guards are trained to document patrols accurately and act decisively in emergencies, fostering a culture of responsibility and readiness.